Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar on the subject of the law and practice of human rights. My name is David Blundell. I'm a barrister at Landmark Chambers. I specialise in all areas of public law and human rights, especially in the national security, EU law, and immigration spheres. I started my practice as a judicial assistant to the Law Lords, working for Lord Nichols and Lord Roger. And as well as practicing at the bar, I also co-edit the journal Judicial Review, and I'm a co-editor of the book National Security, Law, Procedure and Practice. And in addition, I sit as a recorder of the Crown Court. I'm going to be presenting this webinar today with two of my colleagues from Chambers, Miranda Butler and Alistair Mills. Let me introduce them to you now. Miranda is also, as I say, a barrister at Landmark Chambers, where she specialises in public law with a particular interest in human rights. During her time in practice, she spent time as a judicial assistant both in the Supreme Court and the European Court of Human Rights. She sits also as a part-time judge in the upper tribunals, immigration and asylum chambers. And finally, Alistair Mills, having practiced for the best part of a decade at Landmark Chambers. Alistair is now a Fellow of Magdalen College, Cambridge, and the inaugural Dias College Assistant Professor in Law. He's an affiliated lecturer in the Faculty of Law at the University of Cambridge, where he lectures undergraduate administrative law and contract law, and teaches on the legislation paper on the LLM. He is the co-editor with me of the journal Judicial Review, and in his own research, he focuses on the role of courts in relation to administrative decision making, especially in relation to policies and guidance, and with particular emphasis on the context of the legal regulation of the built environment. With that background to us all, let me tell you a little bit more about why we're speaking today and what we're going to be speaking about. Together, the three of us have co-edited a new textbook on human rights called The Law and Practice of Human Rights. It's an imaginative title, you might think. Set to be published by LexisNexis on the 2nd of October 2025, which is, of course, the 25th anniversary of the Human Rights Act coming into force. We're going to be looking today at a few issues which we have examined during the course of working on that book and which we've also experienced through our practices. So this webinar will be of particular use to those who would like a reminder of key elements of the reality of human rights practice. There will also, we hope, be useful lessons for those who are relatively new to the topic, as well as those who have greater experience. The primary focus of the webinar is on the real-life protection of human rights through thinking about the extent of the court's role in three ways. First of all, we'll be looking at the scope of protection provided by the European Convention. Then we'll be looking at the correct approach to challenges and appeals brought on the basis of proportionality, a very important convention principle. And then lastly, we'll be looking at how the courts address human rights breaches through the grant of a remedy. I'll be taking the first topic, the scope of the convention. Miranda will be taking the second, proportionality. And Alistair will be covering the third, remedies. I hope you can join us for the purpose of listening to this webinar. Thank you.